We live in an era where the internet makes us feel like we can find out all of the things that we want to find out, and we can go to bed every night feeling like we know the world. But the reality is, because of the way that the cultural landscape is configured, there are millions of marginalized people whose stories we never hear, we never see. We're headed towards a country that's going to be a majority minority. And people have said, because we're diverse now, we no longer have inequality. And that's not true at all. Diversity is a means towards achieving equality and equity. But in and of itself, it doesn't mean that we have the presence of equality and equity. I think in order for us to undo inequality, we really have to take seriously the question of cultural equity. And cultural equity is access to the tools to get your story and your narrative out into the world. And it's also about people hearing that story. So it's also about access to those stories through distribution, through the ways in which people are able to communicate one to the other. We aren't able to see the structures that create our culture for us. And so the cultural complex is in fact very unequal. We still don't have a lot of representation of people who are not white in the cultural complex, whether in the culture industry or in the nonprofit arts world. And that significantly affects the kind of stories that we're hearing and the people who remain invisible to our consciousness. I think that the way that we can begin to address inequality is to be able to turn our communities into cauldrons of creativity and be able to recognize the invisible folks among us. And I think that once people begin to see each other in their true humanity and their full humanity, that then leads us towards creating a much more just and equal society.